In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 US companies owned by China. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. For many years, Chinese firms have been purchasing stock in US corporations and real estate. Even so, news that the nation's HNA Group was in talks to acquire a majority interest in Forbes magazine's publisher in March did not lessen the shock. HNA was really one of two Chinese corporations that were apparently considering an offer. But many people were surprised to learn that a firm from a communist nation owned a US news agency. However, many individuals are unaware that Chinese enterprises possess all or part of a number of businesses that have an everyday impact on American life. There's a strong likelihood that some of the money you spent on those activities, whether you went to the movies, washed your clothes, or made dinner, ultimately ended up in China. Number 10. Chicago Stock Exchange. Despite the fact that this transaction is still pending, it overcame a significant obstacle in late December when it received approval from the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. Despite certain concerns aired in Congress, the group claimed it had no unresolved national security concerns regarding the arrangement. According to reports, the Chongqing Kaizen Enterprise Group in China, which claims to be independent of the Chinese government, wants to use the exchange to open up the American market to more Chinese businesses. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is still examining the transaction. Although the exchange's price was not made public, Bloomberg has claimed that it is less than $100 million. Number 9. AMC. Dalian Wanda Group purchased the biggest network of movie theaters in the country in 2012 for $2.6 billion. Dalian's owner, Chinese millionaire Wang Jianlin, is a fan of Hollywood and owns a sizable movie studio, see below. And for $1.2 billion in November of last year, AMC expanded its assets to include Carmike Cinemas. Additionally, Jianlin attempted to acquire a majority position in Paramount Pictures last year, but the parent company Viacom declined the offer. Number 8. Smithfield Foods. The greatest acquisition of an American company by a Chinese entity was this $7.1 billion transaction, which was finalized in 2013. Smithfield Foods, a household name in the American food sector with headquarters in Virginia, is best known for its hams, particularly its holiday ham. At the time of the transaction, there was debate and worry, but Smithfield has since prospered, creating employment and setting a sales record in 2014. Number 7. Legendary Entertainment Group. Dalian Wanda bought a film studio in 2016 to go along with its cinemas after receiving a taste of the entertainment industry with the purchase of AMC. Dalian was given responsibility for co-financing Jurassic World, Warcraft, and Pacific Rim as part of the $3.5 billion agreement. The business initially intended to include Legendary into its conglomerate but ultimately decided to run it separately for a while, until the studio can demonstrate a consistent source of revenues. Number 6. GE Appliances. General Electric has produced stoves, freezers, washers, and dryers for more than a century. However, as of last year, the venerable company's appliance sector is now owned by Chinese investors. The largest acquisition of an international electronics company by a Chinese company was made by Qingdao Haier for $5.4 billion. In order to maintain its independence, GE Appliances continues to have its corporate headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky. Number 5. The Waldorf Astoria. The purchaser of this well-known Manhattan hotel, Anabang Insurance Group, was not well known in 2014 when it paid about $2 billion for the building. After purchasing U.S. insurer Fidelity and Guarantee Life last year and making an unsuccessful bid to acquire Starwood Resorts, it has recently gained more recognition among investors. Despite having a large buying profile, it is one of the more enigmatic Chinese buyers because outsiders are unsure of who runs the business. Number 4. Strategic Hotels and Resorts. Anabang had interests outside of the Waldorf and Starwood in the hotel industry. For $3.93 billion, about $6 billion, including debt, Blackstone Group sold the Chinese company its portfolio of opulent hotels last year. A total of 16 properties, including several Ritz-Carlton locations in California, the Fairmont Scottsdale in Arizona, and the Four Seasons Resort in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, were included in the arrangement that gave Anabank control over them. Number 3. Riot Games. One of the most popular video game franchises, League of Legends, is partially to blame for the 8-year rise in esports. Despite being a billion-dollar franchise, Riot Games began as a small independent game developer. However, Chinese holding giant Tencent acquired the bulk of Riot for $400 million in 2011 and the remaining shares for an undisclosed sum in 2015. Additionally, Activision Blizzard and Gears of War producer Epic Games are investments held by Tencent. Number 2. Ingram Micro. Although consumers may be less familiar with the term Ingram Micro, the business distributes everything from Cisco network equipment to Apple's iPhone. The business was purchased by China's HNA entity last year for $6 billion, the same entity that is bidding for Forbes. The public trading of Ingram shares was terminated when the deal was completed in December, although the company's headquarters are still in Irvine, California, and the same CEO is still in place. Number 1. Motorola Mobility. Since its founding in 1928, Motorola has been a pioneer in the telecommunications industry. It separated its phone division into the independent Motorola Mobility, which was acquired by Google in 2012 as mobile devices started to take over the market. However, the search engine giant revealed 2 years later that it was selling the division to Lenovo, which is owned by China, for $2.9 billion, making Lenovo the third largest smartphone manufacturer in the world. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.